Canadian lawmakers applauding a Ukrainian man who fought in a Nazi unit made international headlines and embarrassed the country. Now we're learning there's more to the story. Before he was recognized in the House, Yaroslav Hunka was personally invited by the Prime Minister to a private event. This event in Toronto, welcoming the Ukrainian President to Canada. Hunka didn't go, but this revelation calls into question who knew what, when, and why someone invited to an event by the Prime Minister wasn't vetted. At the time, Trudeau laid the blame on then-Speaker Anthony Rota, who resigned days later.
The Speaker was solely responsible for the invitation and recognition of this man and has wholly accepted that responsibility and stepped down. This was a mistake that has deeply embarrassed Parliament and Canada.
The Prime Minister's office now says in a statement the Prime Minister had no knowledge of this individual before the independent recognition by the former Speaker of the House of Commons. The individual in question's name was submitted by the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress. This new information will force the Prime Minister to once again respond to an ugly incident that's already strained Canada's relationship with Ukraine. Russian propagandists used this incident to paint Ukrainians as Nazis. In an exclusive interview with Chief Correspondent Adrienne, Arsenault, the First Lady of Ukraine, underscored the seriousness.
It's bad that we conducted our research afterward, and not the people who had invited him to the Parliament.
So, Kate, a lot of people were at that event. I got an invitation. I went hoping maybe this is a chance to secure an interview with the Ukrainian president. That did not happen, by the way. Do we know how it is organizers decided who was invited?
Well, the Prime Minister's office says more than 1,000 people were invited, and hundreds of Canadians were invited upon the recommendation of groups like the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress. We reached out to that group to get their reaction and received no response. But one former chief of protocol said all invitees to an event hosted by the Prime Minister should have received some level of vetting. And in a statement, the Conservative leader's office said Trudeau misled the Canadian people and is blaming everyone except himself.
All right, Kate McKenna reporting in Ottawa.